All right, today we have the amazing drag queen Sherry Vine. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
I love that I'm out of drag, but I still I have to talk like Sherry.
Exactly. Yes, yes. I mean, who wasn't getting a drag at like what time is it there now?
It's only 3 o'clock here, so it
I mean,
wouldn't be unreasonable. But I was in the recording studio working on some music today, and I just got home.
yeah, gotcha. Well, congratulations on season two of the Sherry Vine Variety Show.
Thank you so much. I
So,
was so excited.
yes, I bet. Now, this new season premieres June 8th on OUTtv. Without giving too much away, what can we expect?
Well, I'm quite critical when I on myself. And so when I was watching season one, I was like, I wish it moved faster. And so I really focused on instead of having a 6 or 7 minute sketch, I was like, let's have 2 3 minute sketches. Because it just makes it go faster. You get more variety in there, you get to play different characters. And then Jackie and I wrote a lot together this time. She definitely helped a lot season one, but this season I really worked with other people in helping write.
Okay.
And it's 5 original songs, so we didn't get any music from Pond 5. It's like from scratch, 5 original songs that each one kind of celebrates a different genre of music.
Nice.
Lots of guest stars, of course. I think we have more guests because the season one we filmed during the pandemic.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, Mario, you're playing all the men because it was just so much work to try and get people tested and then stay in their bubble.
Mhm.
Mario and I were roommates, so I was like, you're playing all the men. So anyway, season two is faster, brighter, louder, funnier, maybe. Lots more guests. It's great.
Awesome, fantastic. We cannot wait. And obviously, season one must have done very well for there to be a season two. So, what was some of the feedback you received?
Mostly they were like, I can't believe we're gonna let this whore do another season. The feedback was great. I was, you're always nervous and you feel so vulnerable when you put
Mhm.
so much work into something and you're just like, then it's out of your hands. You're like, okay, I have no whatever. But yes, they said that Out TV said the feedback was very positive. It did very well. Um, I also produce and co-star in Dr. Jackie, which is on Out
Yeah.
TV. And so we just filmed season two of that. So luckily, I think that they are happy with what I'm bringing to the table.
Good. That's awesome. And ultimately, what do you hope audiences take away from the Sherry Vine Variety Show?
Well, honestly, I feel like there's so much ugliness going on in the world right now. I mean, I guess there always is, but it just seems to get never let up. And I feel like we are bombarded with just this negativity, whatever, all day long. And so if people can disconnect from that, which doesn't mean forget about it, but just disconnect for 22 minutes
Mhm.
and laugh, then I feel like I've done my job.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Now, you say you were obsessed with Carol Burnett and the other variety shows of the 70s as a kid. Why do you think they were so influential on you?
Well, I mean, I guess as a little sissy, I was just like, it gives you those variety shows gave you everything.
Yeah.
I'm comedy, dancing, Bob Mackie costumes. It was just so camp and like a very strong gay aesthetic, I think, without necessarily being overtly either. But I think certainly any gay man my age would be like, oh my God, I remember Barbara Mandrell wore the la la la. And so all those variety shows, it just kind of celebrated those stars.
Mhm.
The cost, I mean, I can fall down a rabbit hole and watch the opening of the Cher show over and over and over just for the costumes.
Mhm. Sorry. There's a little glitch going on with Zoom for some reason. I don't know
Oh,
what the hell is going on, so my apologies about that.
that's okay. What country are you in?
I'm in the US. I'm in St. Louis.
I was telling you're in Tennessee. They're trying to
Probably
take us
they,
on.
I know, yeah, they know. Oh, I don't know what is going on with my camera today. My apologies about that.
Okay.
But this is the world we live in today with all the technical issues.
It's true. I wish it was doing that to my haggard face and not your pretty face.
Oh, thank you. I think I have a pretty face. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'm just gonna turn this off for just a quick second, just maybe a little reboot, but let's go ahead and just continue here for a minute. So
Okay.
so Sherry, your drag career has spanned 3 decades. What has it been like? Not to call you old or anything, but what has it been like to watch drag be propelled to global appreciation for the majority?
Oh, I mean, it's kind of fascinating to me that when, like you said, when I started doing drag in the early 90s, it was very fringe. It was not considered a legitimate art form. The audience was mostly exclusively gay men. And to kind of watch it expand the way it has, mostly because of Drag Race, it's fascinating and I love it. I mean, I feel like it's given all of us more opportunity. I think it's certainly helped with people like me, Jackie, Barla, Coco have 30-plus-year careers, and I'm busier now than I've ever been in my life. So
Hmm.
it's kind of fascinating. And I feel really lucky.
Hmm, for sure. And for those who don't know, how did your drag journey begin?
Well, it's funny because the first time I ever went to a real drag show, I was in the last year of grad school. I went to USC for theater, and we had this project. Anna DeVere Smith was their guest instructor that semester, and I, worship her. And we had this project where we had to pick like 3 different people, real people, spend time with them, and then create these monologues in this world where these people might be together.
Hmm.
And so I picked this kind of very, well, not very heterosexual, but a heterosexual male businessman suit, kind of Wall Street type, and this kind of nerdy art director, and then this drag queen in West Hollywood. And I would spend time with her. And so that's the first time I got in drag, was to do this character. And it just clicked something in me. It was like, oh, this feels fun. And I remember Anna DeVere Smith pulling me aside and being like, you should explore this. And I did. And my best friend, who was in New York at the time, was like, we need to start a theater company. I'm going to write the plays and you're going to be the leading lady. And I'm like, okay. And that's literally how it started. Like,
Nice.
completely unplanned.
And just
Fun.
one thing will lead to the other, to the next.
Yeah. And, I was really fighting it for a long time because I was like, I'm going to be a movie star. I'm not going to be a drag queen.
Hmm.
And I remember my best friend at the time, Doug, in New York, he sat me down. He's like, why are you fighting this and not embracing this? You do something that not a lot of people really do. And you could be the star of your own show,
Hmm.
as opposed to getting up at 6 a.m. to go audition to be in the road show of some show. And I was like, you're right. I do like being the star. So that's how this theater company was born. And that was kind of like what set everything in motion.
Okay, awesome, very nice. And now you were involved with the Drag Isn't Dangerous telethon, which aims to combat the recent sweep of anti-LGBTQ plus legislation.
Yes.
What are your thoughts about these bigoted and discriminatory bills being passed so suddenly?
Well, I mean, that's a whole can of worms of like, of course, it's horrible. I 100% believe that it's a spin,
Mhm.
that just, we don't want them talking about children taking guns to school. So let's talk about how it's drag's fault.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
just a spin. And so, but it's also terrifying because I really believe it's the tip of the iceberg, that it's just the tip of the iceberg. And now it's just going to get, I don't know if you watch Succession, but
Mhm.
it's winding up. It's like the last couple of episodes and then it's done.
Mhm.
And I'm like, are they trying to predict next year? It's so horrifying. And I won't say, I'm not even going to say where this is because I don't want to call them out or throw them under the bus, but I'm booked to perform somewhere next month.
Okay.
It's a gay bar. It's 21 and over. And they called me yesterday and they're like, we don't want to offend you, but can you tone down the content of that? Is how scared they are. I mean, it's a gay bar, it's 21 and over, and they're still so scared that they're asking me to, not sing about sucking dick too much.
Exactly.
So that's where we are. And that's, to me, it's just like, can that really be the biggest problem in the United States right now?
Apparently to the Republicans.
It's like I said, I believe it's 100%. The Republicans are brilliant at spin and the Democrats are terrible at spin, and they need to get on it. But it's the same thing that like Bush did with Jerry Falwell in 25 years ago, whatever, when he was like, special rights, the gays want special rights. Like, no, it's equal rights. It's not special, but they were able to spin that.
It's very unfortunate that this is the way we're heading, and we are living in a very scary time.
Yeah, and it just makes me want to make my show filthier and dirtier. I'm sorry. I really just want to be like, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. As you should be. Yes. Now, at the time of this interview, you're currently in San Francisco, correct?
No, I go there tomorrow for Heklina's memorial celebration.
Okay, you're going tomorrow. Okay. Well, would you like to say a few words about the kind of impact Heklina made?
I don't think I could think of 2 words to. No, I'm only kidding. I'm totally kidding. I met Heklina, I think in 1994. I think I was like the second performer to perform at Tranny Shack. And we've been really good friends. We've been all over the world together. It was so shocking. So yeah, I just want to celebrate that she was really a rebel and so much fun, the best sense of humor about herself. I mean, I don't know if I can share this story, but one of the times when I was performing there in San Francisco, I'm on the stairs getting ready to walk on stage. She's supposed to introduce me. I'm like, where is she? And I turn around and she's like behind the curtain with her face buried in this boy's butt. And I was like, girl, are you introducing me? And she's like, bitch, introduce yourself. This ass is heaven. That is my favorite Heklina story. And that's like cut from the same cloth.
Yes, love it. I love it.
I'm sure OUTtv would love this, but that's
I'm sure they would. It's a great story. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Sherry, you're also going to be a part of Hulu's upcoming competition series, Drag Me to Dinner. How did you get involved with that project?
Well, they just reached out to, I think they wanted, there's 40 queens, because I think it's 10 episodes and there's 4 on each. So there's 40 queens. And I just think they wanted to keep it kind of diverse and not have it all be drag race queens. They have a lot of local queens in New York City. They have some of the dinosaurs. They have a lot of drag race queens. And I had worked with Neil and David when they did the Wigstock film for HBO. And so, yeah, they asked if Jackie and I, and of course we were like, yes. And it was really fun. I think ours is the first episode, and it's, of course, I can't say anything about it, but it's hilarious.
Awesome. Can't wait. Well, what is the best and worst dinner party you've ever attended?
My friend Stephen Knoll in New York City used to throw the best dinner parties, like really fun guests. Like you never knew who was going to be there. And you get there and be like, oh my God, Johnny and Cheech are here or whatever. And Joey Arias. And it was just, they were always a hit. The best food, the best music, like everything. And the worst dinner party, I think I know I have so many food issues. And I remember going to a dinner party and had not said anything about, usually I say no now because if they don't know me, because I'm just too much of a pain in the ass. And I didn't say anything. And it was like every course was something that I absolutely did not want to eat, but had to be polite. So that wasn't fun.
That's very unfortunate.
That's on me. I'm the nightmare. I know I'm a nightmare.
But we're all nightmares in our own ways, so we can't help it. Well, Sherry, what are some future goals you hope to accomplish with your career and platform?
Well, honestly, I'm not even exaggerating that I have a folder with enough material already for season 3.
Okay.
So I'm fingers crossed the minute it premieres, I will start bugging them like, what's going to happen? Is it going to
Let's
happen?
do it. Let's do it.
Would love that. And I'm just loving LA. You know, I moved here kind of right before the pandemic. And so it's just kind of now, well, now there's the writer's strike. So
Yeah.
aren't really any auditions or anything, but the Drag Me to Dinner and some of the other things that I've been working on, I just really would love to do more TV and film.
Okay.
And I'm getting ready to go on tour next month for the rest of the year with my new show called Everybody's Girl. It's going to be all over the United States and Europe, so people can check my website for where I'll be.
Okay, awesome. Then how can one stay up to date with you? Your website, social media?
Yeah, Instagram, Miss Sherry Vine, or sherryvine.com, because that has links. That'll have link for the TV. So when people are like, where can I watch the variety show? Literally all roads start at sherryvine.com.
Okay.
That'll take you everywhere you need to go.
Okay, perfect. Then before we wrap up, are there any other upcoming projects or anything else you'd like to mention or plug at this time?
Well, I think that's it. I mean, if people watch the show, then that will make me really happy because, you know, remember the dinosaurs and we need all the support we can get. But of course, I've got a lot of my younger friends on there with me. But yeah, I think it's really important for people to support the drag race, the drag queens who are not on Drag Race also.
Okay, perfect. Do you also have some new music coming out?
Yes. Oh, yes. I saw that pop up. Yeah.
I just saw my little inbox be like, oh, music. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the music. What do you have coming up?
Like, what is that? Yes, there is an EP called Carpe Diem, Seize the Day, because the first song in episode 1 is called Grab 'em that I worked on with my friend Barb Morrison. Markaholic did the music for all 5 tracks. He's a genius. And like I said, each song is celebrating a different genre of music. Grab 'em is like rock and roll. The Only One is an homage to the 60s girl groups like the Ronettes and the Supremes. Sex in Heaven is our disco anthem. Elements is a deep house, honey. Take it back to the garage. Deep house song. And then I had to have, of course, one just completely silly song called Schlong. But all 5 songs, the EP is on pre-save right now and will be out on June 9th.
Okay.
There's videos for each song. Grab 'em is already up on YouTube.
Okay, cool. So you do music videos for each song.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Fantastic.